Good day everyone. Today guys, I want to share with you something cool about my new place and something that I hate about this new work environment for me. I want to share this with you guys because I know some of you will be arriving here in the United States, and I hope you guys can learn something from this, wherein you'll be using this when you arrive here in the United States. I made other videos related to my previous work, but these things are something new. So if you want to learn something like a routine, just watch my other videos. But for this part, I'll be discussing few new things. Okay, so let's start. So number one, in most hospitals, every nurse has a phone or cellular phone attached to them or assigned to them. That's been my experience for the last 3 hospitals I worked too. But in this hospital, they have something like, I would say like a higher level, wherein it works like a cell phone and it's like a voice activated. So they call this thing as a Vocera. Okay, it's like a small digital thing, and usually they ask us to put it inside in the pocket over here or attach in our sling or somewhere near here. It picks up like a voice command from this upward here. So whenever you say like a voice command, it really usually picks up, unless you have a problem with your accent. So it does have some issues there. I did have some problems with that, so. So what's cool about this thing is it works like a phone, but you don't really have to dial and know the number. It basically helps do everything faster or easier for you versus like a phone. Like a simple command, it kind of works like Siri or Google. So you say like, hey Vocera, call supervisor, or hey Vocera, call charge nurse. So it will automatically call that person, and you'll be able to talk to him or her via your Vocera. So, and every nurse or charge nurse has their own Vocera, so it makes it easier, including the PCA or the CNAs. So it's super easy, makes life super easy. Another feature I like here is if you're giving medications, some of those medications can be like high-risk medications wherein you need someone to co-sign with you or like co-witness or do verify with you for those particular medications before proceeding. Okay, so it's like a basic thing here in the United States. Common high alert medications will be like insulin or heparin, TPN, other cardiac medications, whatever the hospital classifies as a high alert medications. So you need someone to sign off. What we normally do is we're about to sign. Usually you go out, try to find someone or try to call them on the phone if they are nearby to help you sign in that particular room. But with Vocera, what we normally do is, hey Vocera, broadcast in third wing. Next sentence I will say is, can someone please co-sign me for my insulin in room 3001? So that's the message that will be sent throughout the nurses, the PCA, or whoever has the Vocera on your particular floor. So it is really cool and super easy to use. So that's one thing I really like about this. It lessens the need for you to find people everywhere just to help you co-sign. So someone will just come to your room and try to co-sign that for you. So I really like using Vocera. Though, like I said earlier, if you have a thick accent, it might have some problem understanding you. So that's one of the challenges that I faced when I first started using this. But after like using this for 2 or 3 days, it was becoming easier. I'm not sure if Vocera was adjusting for it or I was able to adjust with Vocera. So either way, so overall, Vocera versus the usual phone that we used before, I would prefer using Vocera. Number 2, another new thing for me for working in this particular hospital is getting your own blood. Yes, you'll be doing the phlebotomy work. So for me, I'm not really versed in getting blood for all my patients. Normally, my previous 3 hospitals or even my other hospitals back home or in Singapore, there's a phlebotomist who takes the blood for us. But in this hospital, there's no phlebotomist. So you'll be the one getting those bloods. Yep. And usually night shifts are the one who's getting those bloods unless there's new orders during the day. So if you have like 4 patients or 6 patients, 6 is the maximum that we have, you will have to get all the morning labs for them. And usually it's like a partnered CBC and CMP or CBC BMP. That's like a basic thing that we normally collect every day for our patients, normally. But some patients, sometimes they skip some of these blood tests and wait for the morning shifts. So it kind of lessens the burden for the night. But normally, they usually have all those labs per patient and plus additional things that you have to collect. So for me, this is something new because I rarely take blood before. Yes, I really do. The first time I did taking blood just to collect for lab when it was during pandemic. So that's the only time I did that, and I only did that for like a week or 2, and after that phlebotomy came into the picture again. So this is entirely new for me. It's really a skill that you need to learn and like experience in order for you to be more well versed or well skilled in doing this particular task. At first, it really felt like overwhelming, but after doing this for 2 weeks now, it's quite easy. It's not as hard really. It's quite doable for us here. Normally, it takes me like maximum of 30 minutes to collect all of my 6 patients. So it's not that hard. Though sometimes if patients really hard stick and I really can't find any vein, I can always ask my charge nurse who doesn't have like patients to handle, or some of my other colleagues who are really good in taking blood. Like I said, it's a skill that takes practice. So if you're back home or out of the US still, and you'll be coming here to the United States, try to practice it there, okay? Just try. Give it a try. It's really something new, okay? Then, number 4. After collecting those labs, we always use our tube system. So the tube system is kind of like a delivery system in our particular hospital. So without you really have to getting out of the floor and delivering things personally to different departments. So for example, for the lab, so we just put in a plastic bag and put in a tube container and like send it up to the lab. So it's like a digital thing that you have to press like send to lab, just click lab, and it will send to the lab directly, and they'll be the one to process it on their end. So that's not really a new thing for me. I had a similar system back in one of my hospitals, but it's not really working like 100% for the entire hospital. Unlike here, so it's really like well used and well utilized. So it really makes things easier for you, especially if I need some supplies, if I need some milk, I need some more tubes, or I need some like paperwork or something like that. So the tube system helps make things easier on those parts. Then number 4 is the Epic EHR system. So this is something new for me because for my previous hospitals here in the United States, I never got to use Epic. The only kind of systems I used before was a Cerner, an old version of Meditech, another mid version of Meditech, and the new Meditech Expanse. So those are my different versions of EHR systems here in the United States. And they said the best EHR system out there is Epic. Yep, that's what they're saying. They're claiming that Epic is the best, and Meditech and other forms of EHR systems are not really as good as Epic. So using this for about 2 weeks now, honestly, I know a lot of people will disagree with me. For me, it's not really the best. I don't know. For me, that's not really the best. There's some plus, there's some negative. Okay, so that's my point of view. That's my personal point of view. Okay, there are good things and bad things about Epic, and if I would compare it to my previous experience, I would prefer using the Meditech Expanse. Yes, there you go, Meditech Expanse. I know everyone will hate me about this. The reason why I prefer using the Meditech Expanse versus this Epic that we're using is because of the copy-paste system. In Meditech Expanse, you can copy-paste almost everything. It doesn't limit you to copy-paste just on your own documentation. You can copy-paste on your colleagues' documentation. So it kind of makes it easier in a way. So the only thing I have to do is like edit based on my experience, and I can see what assessment he or she has done, wherein maybe I was not able to code it during my assessment. So it kind of helps with that. Versus in Epic, there are parts wherein I can't copy paste everything. And sometimes some of the copy paste action on Epic is not really 100%. Something only copies like few rows. So kind of is a bummer. So I wish it copy paste everything. So, but I'm not really sure with other Epics because I'm sure there's are different versions of Epic. Someone commented something like a cheap version of Epic versus a full model of Epic. So I'm not really sure. This is my first Epic experience, so please comment down below, okay? So, but what I like about Epic is there's a messaging system on the system itself. So if I need to request for medication, I just click on the system and the request will go straight to the pharmacy, and pharmacy will just tube the medication to our unit. So it kind of makes it easier. And some things, if I need to communicate with a doctor, you can communicate with them via the Epic system as well. So it is kind of nice. But normally, in our place, we normally use our Vocera to call the doctors. It's like, hey Vocera, call MedSurg Hospitalis. So that's how we normally communicate with them. But overall, I'm still happy with Epic because I'm able to utilize this and put this on my CV. Because in my previous experience, while I was trying to get some travel assignments in different places, I was not accepted because I didn't have any experience in Epic EHR. So that's one of the things why I really wanted to work in this hospital, because they have Epic. So in order for me to have like a wider options after this assignment. I'll be able to work in more hospitals having that background in my CV. So please comment down below, guys, if you have any questions from all those 4 things I discussed, or any things that you want me to clarify. And if you want me to do an entire video of like a day in a life in this particular hospital, please comment down below. Okay? If you like this video, please help me support my channel. Please go to my bio. I have some different links connected to that. Please browse through those different platforms. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, I have a Beacon, Amazon, so all those things, please browse through, okay? So just help me support by saying those things, and liking and subscribing, of course. Again, I'm Nurse Juan de la Cruz, your OFW nurse. Thank you for watching. God bless. Bye-bye. Stay safe.